Hello! Welcome back to the stream. Last stream, we managed to become a member of the Scones of the Seventh Breakfast. Fantastic. Amazing. So, this stream, we are looking to see if we can defeat Ifrit, get a chocobo. Maybe we'll actually just be able to get our white mage soul as well. Who knows? If that happens, literally the entire week schedule is now kaput and I have to come up with new things to do. Fantastic. Let's get into Final Fantasy. Ah, yes. As you can see, I actually did what I was going to do last stream, and I did the smith, and I got a new coat. Yay! Okay, so let's see. Steak and clams, Tuco. Home merchant in the Golden Bazaar. The Golden Bazaar is where we are heading next. Fantastic. So we have to make the trek all the way there and slaughter Tucos along the way. Because of course we do. Because of side questing. Yay! Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm just gonna pop 2 of those. Not 1, 2. There we go. I don't think I'm gonna get any experience from these dudes, but it's good to have a timer of sorts on the screen. Yeah, that's right. I took off the look at them when I start casting a spell thing, so now I have to manually look at them. I recommend turning that off if you're Bard. I have died too many times to Titan because of this setting. Automatically face target when using action. Yeah, as a Bard, as a ranged physical DPS against bosses, this will make your life a living hell. Turn this off. I speak from experience. Do not make my mistakes. I made them for you, so you don't have to. So, anything else particularly going on? No, not particularly. Yesterday, I tweeted a bunch, though. A lot more than what I normally do. Normally, I only tweet, like, once a day. If that. But yesterday, I saw that there was a... What's it called? I'm blanking, but when a bunch of people do a thing and it's all hip and fancy, there's one of those for PNG tubers. I'm a PNG tuber, so I thought I would do it as well. And in my feed, I actually found 3 people. In my feed, I'm like, ooh, I like this person's design. I like this person's design. I like this person's design. Ah, yes, thank you very much, Chocobo Porter. It was a little thing. It was like, I think it was like for if you'd head pat, retweet if you would collab and connection to the server was lost. It would appear that the game does not want me to play it. Ah. That was strange. Okay. This is weird. Oh my goodness, that's never happened before. Let's see. Everything looks good-ish on my end, besides the game just forcefully logging me out. That was fun. I guess we can play the music again. Yay! Okay, let's see if the game wants to cooperate this time. Besides just crashing and forcing me out. Which will show the Hover Scripture events is underway until patch 6.1 maintenance detail. When's maintenance? Maintenance is on Tuesday, right? Pretty sure it's on Tuesday. Vinegar, what is that damn... Where is that damn Tuco meat I asked Caitlin to bring? It won't be long before my patrons arrive. Calm your horses. Here you go. Mole meat. Caitlin has sent you excellent. This is more than enough Tuco meat. Some miners have come to stay at the bazaar while they prospect the area for mithril deposits. There isn't any here, guy. They value quantity over quality, so I'll be serving them a feast of this piss-poor meat. Ah, fantastic. By the by, please don't tell me Caitlin is still standing at that same spot in Drybone sending adventurers out to slay Mongols. She is. Sigh. I told her no number of mongrel peltzer heads will bring my brother back to us. I've moved on with my life. It's past time she did the same. Ooh, rings. Vitality, intelligence, mind, direct hit rate. Item comparison. Bone ring, coral ring. It's better. Strength, etc. Nope. Strength, vitality. Nope. Yes. Hang on real quick. Just gonna... Yeah. Fantastic. Get all of these. Now, hiring Vanguard of the Golden Bazaar needs help finding help. How in the hells can you be wandering about without aught to do? There's opportunity at the Golden Bazaar as there hasn't been in years. I speak of the massive mithril deposit, of course. The miners I fed before are only the beginning. Excuse me, more and more of them will flock here in the coming week, mark my words. Until now, we've been nothing more than a small settlement. But now the sky's the limit. Oh my goodness, excuse me. An inn for the mithril miners to come to would be worth a fortune, mark my words. And I mean for that fortune to be mine. The problem I've had is that I need bodies to help me build the inn, but I can't seem to find any who are willing. I've drawn up these hiring notices, hoping that they might help. Would you mind helping to get me started by posting 5 of them up in Prime location? Would you mind helping to get me started? I don't think that's right. It might be right. I might just be dumb. Who knows? English is my first language, after all. Yeah, languish. That's not... Well, it is a word. It also is a spell that gives everything -4/-4 on the board. But we're not talking about magic. I thought miners were hard and rugged souls. I had no idea they could be so craven. You look like someone who can handle himself. Care to kill some pests for a Lala felon lady? Sure. I'm supposed to be leading a dig among the ruins east of here for mithril deposits. But once the miners I heard saw the vandalous imps in the area, they all turned tail and fled. Well, that's not good. Slay some of the bloody buggers for me, would you? 4 dead imps should keep the others away and put the miners' minds at ease. Okay. Oh my goodness. Dead feel no pain. Remember that when you slice off one's head? Ah, yes, of course. Prime location. A hiring notice. Yes. The olden days when you looked at paper. The parchment reads, skilled carpenters sought to aid in the construction of a new inn. Fair wages promised. Workers must bring their own tools. Kinda missed that, actually having to, like, go to places and, like, making a first impression. Now everything's just online. And you kind of just have to cross your fingers and hope you're chosen. Because all they see is stats. All they see is your credentials. They have no... Your personality fails to be able to impress upon them at all. Sometimes the olden ways are just... There's already a notice here. Sometimes the old ways are just better. But when the new meets the old, it always ends the ancient ways. And as history told, the old ways go out in a blaze. Vinegar, how you doing? You've posted all 5. Yes, I have. You're a 12 cent bot. I truly don't want to let this chance pass by. Here, take 5 more hiring notices and see them straight to the hands of whatever folk you see loitering about, okay? A burly miner. You weren't here when I was posting up the thing's gone. You have work? I do have work. Here, have a hiring notice. Carpenters, thank the gods. I was afraid there'd be naught but mining jobs here. It's my vocation, to be sure, but a man needs some variety now and then. I'll go have myself a word with this Benegar fellow. I hope you have your own tools. It'd be a shame if you go there and you miss your tools, like that one dude in New Granada. Yeah, that's the name of it. He left for the ruins 3 suns past, but he's dead. Ugh, I'm bored out of my gourd. Is there no work to be had in this godforsaken place? There is work. With a hammer. Nails. Vinegar is looking for able bodies, is he? I've done some woodworking in my day. Might be as he'll have some use for me. Probably. Hopefully. If he doesn't, I'm not sure what you're gonna be doing besides being bored. Harden miner, no. I don't have a moment to talk about that. Wait, what's this then? It's a woodworking job. Hiring hands to build a new inn. Well, that's bloody welcome news. I came here after hearing there might be mithril in these parts, but the inn's all full and I've been living out of a tent. Suppose I could lend a hand building inns till I start digging mines. Oh yeah, there's also black truffles around here. I want to say once you're level 50, there's every now and then a rare lush vegetation patch spawns around here and you can get truffles out of it. Yeah. Truffles, some big madam. What is it? Can't you see I'm busy? You're not busy enough for this. Vinegar needs work done, does he? Seen more miners in the bazaar of late. I reckon that's got something to do with it. Rumor has it there's mithril on the ground around here. Wonder if there's any truth to it. There isn't. I've been here as a miner. There's nothing here. Pretty sure the like super rare deposit is actually like down here, isn't it? Or is it over here? It's not here. I know that much. Because it's a plant rare one. Loose-tongued madam. Gossip, do we? What's this now? Ugh, letters. Never learned them. Can't you just read it to me? She can't read. Vinegar is building a new inn, no doubt to accommodate all the new people coming to the bazaar in recent days. Taking advantage of the new foot traffic is a right fine idea. Oh, I have no intention of helping Vinegar, of course, but perhaps there's even greater profit to be had in stocking up the food stores. Ah, smart. There's always a way to make a profit. Well done, brother. Thanks to you, I have a feeling I'll have the hands I need to see my inn built. I was in a dark place after my brother died, but now I'm going to breathe life back into this bazaar. No, you're not. This bazaar is done for, good sir. There's mithril in them thar hills. There's work to be done, brother. You haven't let me down so far. Don't start now. A miner recently came from Amagina and Sons wants a sample of stone from the eastern ruins. I've a mind... Well, ruins. Runes are Viking letters. I've a mind to give him 5 slabs of cloud marble from the invisible city, and I need you to get them. Showing these to him would nigh guarantee a continued influx of miners to the bazaar. That's always good. More profits. Uncombed urchin, how you doing? Please help. Sister Oyster went out all on her own and hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about following the order on the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it. But what if the monsters outside hurt her? Please find her. Don't worry, young boy. I shall do just that. Da-da-da-da. Once again, into the big perilous purple ring of death and destruction. Hello! Paralysis is always an annoying status condition, and I know those little wizard dudes can deal it. I don't want to be paralyzed. It interrupts my cast time. I don't like it. I hate it. You are the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. Don't mention it. You spoke with the child. Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is a ring given him by his mother before she passed. I'm pretty sure given to him would be the correct one. I will see it safely back to him. Okay, lady. I have more quests. I need a vandalous imp. Kill the imp. No point in slide casting because it's a caster. Can't exactly dodge a spell, can you? No, you can't. Level 17, I am 11 levels higher. They should ignore me, hopefully. Gatling. Oh, there's a hunt target over here. The Tuco. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Get this? There's one down there. Is there one up here? No. Oh, then. Let's get this one. Cloud marble. Marble. I like marble. It's a very pretty rock. And I'm unsure of the... There's the last one. I like the veining that goes through it. It can have black veins. It can have gold veins. It can have gray veins. Stormy veins. It can be black marble. And it can have the exact same vein formation. I think that's neat. Also makes a really good countertop. I like countertops. You can't cut stuff reliably unless your countertop is good. Granted, you should have a cutting board. A very nice, even counter. Like it's made of marble. Marble countertops are always very fashionable, too. Yeah. Yeah, fashion. I know about fashion. I definitely don't just slap together random clothes that I just find hanging on hangers in my room. I always make sure that my outfit is color-coded and looking rather dapper. That's a lie. No, I don't. I just throw random stuff on. If it looks good, who's to say it isn't fashionable? Just because it breaks a couple of codes, a couple of rules about clothing doesn't mean it is not good. Right? Yeah. Lululo, hello? You adventurers never cease to prove your worth. Excuse me. Now I can get those cowardly miners back to doing the only thing they're good for. Digging! The mithril veins are still no more than rumors, but if every miner flees at the slightest sign of danger, we'll never know for sure. I may need to hire you on a regular basis to call those bloody imps. Sigh. I fear it will be quite a while yet before any proper mining can be done. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, hey, another quest. It seems the 12 are intent on plaguing me all my days, before with imps and now with earth sprites. I ordered a haul of digging tools from a merchant to the north. He was headed down from the Black Shroud when the earth sprites overtook him. Luckily, he was able to escape to Camp Drybone with his life. I need you to make that road safe, friend. Put down 3 of those earth sprites to keep the others at bay and ease the minds of any traveling merchants. Once the deed is done, find the merchant Raramaki at Camp Drybone and tell him to bring his haul the rest of the way here. Vinegar, have you got all the cloud marble sprites I need, brother? Yes, I have. Does this say a pure white stone sometimes used for lich stones? So this is the cloud marble I've heard so much about. Gods, look at the glimmer in the stone. I must admit I've never seen it for myself. I had only heard tell of it. I see now why the mithril rumors have arisen. Now, you listen to me, you bloody rock. The Golden Bazaar's counting on you. If this talk of mithril turns out to be a farce, I swear by the 12 I'll dig up every last pebble of you myself, grind you to powder, and sell you to the chocobo stables to sop up piss and runny shite. Ahem. Yes, well, sorry about that. It's just that ever since the war saw the road to Alamigo cut off, the bazaar has fallen on rough times. It is a waypoint choked off from its way, and it is now little more than a point. Well, that's sad. But I will not let it be so. I'm going to make the Golden Bazaar golden once more. From there, I'll become one of the richest men in Thanalan. Then I'll finally be able to give Caitlin the life those mongrels stole from her. She's held on to the memory of my brother for so long. She's become blind to the people who care for her. People like... Well, I don't suppose you could keep that last bit from Caitlin, could you? Gossip. Juicy gossip. Oh, dang. Purging the... Or why is it all the way over there? Dang. Oh, no, not quite. I just have to kill these earth sprites. Fantastic. And they're casters, so I don't know why I was trying to slide casting maneuver. Old habits die hard. Hey, earth shards. No earth shards this time, so it's probably still faster to just mine or chop to get shards. Aww. Rock. 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 Aha. Now, I could just teleport there or start running there, but there's a chocobo. Camp Drybone, please. Yes, thank you very much. Ah. I see I'm almost maxed out on coin. This is not good. I'm gonna be wasting a lot of money. Oh no. Water break. Ah, always stay hydrated. Although I'm not exactly sure how much of the water you're supposed to pace throughout the day. Like, I know you're supposed to drink about half a gallon. Let's see. Half a gallon over 24 hours, but you should sleep for about 8 of those hours. 2 quarts. I forget how many quarts fit in a liter. But 2 quarts amongst 16 hours. So about a quart of water every 8 hours. I'll get this down to a science eventually. Sister Oisin was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar. Gods forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of orphans, and risking her own well-being in the doing, no less. Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. See, that's worse. I can't wear that, so this money I shall partake of. Boots. These boots are garbage. Amalja, wrong places. Isambard seems to have a message for you from Thancred. Oh, really? I'm very well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Oisin. It seems she received greater injuries from our attacks than she initially let on. Thankfully, she is expected to make a full recovery. That's good. But now, unto the matter at hand. Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he will be waiting at the Amalja encampment to the southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. Don't you worry, good sir. I will after I complete this side quest. You fought off the threats. God bless you for that, stranger. Lululo will have her tools. I fled here out of fear for my life, but I've come to regret that. Have you taken a look about? There are bodies littering the ground. Dead bodies! Oh no, I've no desire to stay here any longer than I must. Once I see to it my bird's fit for travel, I'll be making for the Golden Bazaar. That's good for you, good sir. Hey! One more level and a couple of story beats later, and I can become a white mage. Well, a level. Actually, just a single level, but I need to help the sylphs in the Black Shroud first. So I believe after I'm done with Ifrit, that's where the scones of the 7th breakfast will tell me to go next. At least I'm pretty sure that's what they do. But yeah, the Mithril's down here. Down here. Not up there. You're wasting your time, laddies. Westward bound. An Amalja unit has been sighted moving west, most likely to establish a new encampment closer to Uldao. The safety of the city stays at stake. Crush the beastmen and send them running back to Zanrock. Ah. Hello, Thancred. How are you doing? Ah, there you are, brother. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about Sister Oisin. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Oisin near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, let us say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to where I requested you, dear brother. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? Sure. Even though you are completely capable of coming in here and fighting everyone, your level is question mark. Granted, I'm level 29, so I can just do this. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm complaining about. A queer leaflet. How strange. How out of place. And now I return. Return to Thancred. After masterfully sneaking past the Amalja, the Pink Panther music may or may not have been playing. I will leave that for you to decide. Thancred, how you doing? Well, did anything tickle your fancy? Yes, this queer letter. It was out of place. This leaflet, see the wealth of knowledge to the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. Lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nald Falls seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. That's because they didn't. Pray, take us to the inn at Camp Drybone and let us see what Sister Oisin makes of it. He's gonna say that it's wrong. That it was a forgery. Although a very bad forgery, but at the same time, how would the common folk who most can't even, like, actually read be able to tell that it's forged? Not exactly like holy books are published everywhere. We don't have any bestsellers in this world. Unless it's a study manual. I like studying. If it's an interesting topic. If it's like math, oh my goodness, I hated math. I hated math, but it was my best subject. Got an A on math every single time, but I loathed it. Oh my goodness. My favorite subject, science, I got a D in. Explain that. You know your favorite subject, you're awful at it. You know the subject that you absolutely abhor, you're the best in the class, A. You're actually the shining pupil. You are an example among your peers. I don't want to be an example among my peers. I want to cut frogs open. Not figure out the Pythagoras theorem. Yeah, you remember that? You remember the Pythagoras theorem? I remember the Pythagoras theorem. How do you forget the Pythagoras theorem? That was drilled into my head. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Ooh. Ooh, yay. That means if you subtract A squared or B squared from C squared, you get the other square because it's the difference. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Oisin, how you doing? My savior comes again. To what do I owe the honor this day? Here's a strange letter. Please read it. What is this? Blasphemy! These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the order. Of that I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the order to deceive the people? Yes, that is exactly what's happening. Thancred? The plot thickens, brother. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There's no doubt in irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard what we have learned here. You know, I tried to find the irony. I couldn't find it. Everyone else is probably face-palming me right now. And like saying, Creed, it's super obvious. I didn't see it. Oh, is the irony because he's lying and he's dressed as a clergy member and they're not supposed to lie? Is that the irony? I think that's the irony. You know what? I'm stupid. Never mind. Isambard, how you doing? Posing as a priest to think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, brother. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. Money. Isn't dressed to deceive. Isambard wants to help you identify and apprehend the false priest. I know who it is because I've played this 3 times. Well, this is the 3rd time, so I've played it twice, but I've played it 3 times. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon more innocents will fall victim. I thought I was going to say more victims will fall victim. Seems a bit redundant, but okay. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. A suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the pure. Let brother and me serve like with like. Let brother and me serve like with like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. What's up with this? Posing as a priest, using bearing false promises to lure the poor. What? I dare to hope that this will help us with the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. Yes, that I can assure you. I'm next to useless in a battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. I do mind those increasingly. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Listen, brother, so as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has lent us and beg for work around the camp like I've already been doing, accepting random jobs. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. There is no work in this place because I've done it all. Just accepted, yay. Yes. I need to wear these and these. Swain, help give me work, good sir. I preach the teachings of Azima, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? No, give me a job. Azima is keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. But I want a job. Whee. maybe the guy up here has a job, or maybe he's gonna be extremely rude. What do you think? I think this is a chick. What is it? It is a chick. God's not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomsoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? Whee. You got work? Ermagerd. Greetings, Mr. It's the honor of my assist with you. No, Ermagerd. Ermagerd. Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. Okay, Ermagerd. That tickles me. The devs knew exactly what they were doing with that. That or the localization team. Either way, props. Neural, Flame Captain. And you are? Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Be gone, and see to it you don't make a nuisance of yourself. Aw. Are they up there or are they in here? They're probably in here. I don't see why they were in Adelstan. Hello, sigh, and I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now, get out of here so I can finish my story. Story time. Everyone likes a good story. I know I like a good story. I have a couple stories. Yes. Would you like to hear a story? Oh, really? Would you now? Okay, well, a story. You've quite a knack for being a nuisance, brother. The campus is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. Well, let's see. There was the story of July 4th. Yeah, I'll tell that after I'm done reading this. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sandgate, to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. I'm high enough level that nothing will matter. So, July 4th, also known as Independence Day in the United States, I was invited to go watch some fireworks by a friend. Now we will call this friend Mr. Pallet. Yes, his name was Mr. Pallet. Okay, and we went to somewhere out, actually to a place very much like this. It was kind of plains. There was shrubbery, not a lot of trees, and there was a lake, right? And he and his family and all of his cousins were there, right? And we were watching about fireworks, and we were launching out fireworks, and his cousin brought this giant box of fireworks, right? One of those big like 9x9 or 3x3 boxes that just pew 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 that just pew 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 fireworks into the air, right? And he bought a couple of those, and the first one, everyone was like, whoa, that's so pretty. And then the second one, it was like, whoa, that one's even prettier. And the third one was going to be amazing, because it was the most expensive. I believe it was a Thunderbird crate. Thunderbirds are always very fun fireworks to see. So anyway, as he's lighting it, he lights it, and then he runs away towards us. And as he turns to run, his foot catches on the box, and the box tilts over. Yeah, and it tilts over towards everyone else. Okay, and instead of being a genius and turning around and just lifting the box up, or like kicking it that way, you know, at least increasing the odds that it's not going to fire at everyone, nah, he continues to run. Right? He continues to run, and everyone was just like, oh, that's not good. So we start like making our way to like behind the trucks, because there are a bunch of vehicles like lined up like back here, right? So we're like, oh no, we're kind of like doing like a hurried walk, right? Like, oh no, not the firework box, right? And then a firework zips past my head, like a millimeter from my scalp. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be walking. Maybe I should be sprinting. And I I hop over the fence, and as I get, or not the fence, into the tailgate, and as I do that, just more for just pew, 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 like we were being shot at by like a gun or something. It was just pew, 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 pew. And if you look back, it was just oh my goodness, it was awful. Very pretty though. Wouldn't recommend being shot at by fireworks though. That was not a good time. But it was very pretty. Oh, dang it. Oh, well, I didn't read that. You look absolutely smashing, brother. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left, then, is to wait for our quarry to appear. Oh, you poor unfortunate souls. There is no way for men. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Naldthal, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. Oh. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful mummer, Ungest. Whoa, how did you know? You bastards tricked me. But please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there, if not born. Excuse me, some moons ago the Amaja raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm, and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them. Few as they were, everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew, and so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amaja in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands. Outrageous ones. Demands? What kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people, so I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence. You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you are not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak! The mumble was good. The moon was good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell Momi for a score of lifetimes and not even see a fraction of what the Amalja were paying me. You sacrificed innocence so that you could line your own pockets? Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Oh my goodness, spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess of the world, then blame yourselves or the gods. Wah! Wah! Not you again. Is me. You are the one leaking the immortal flames from troll roots to the enemies as well. Spit it out. Spit it. No, I know nothing about that. I swear. I swear. He swears. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth, but no matter. There'll be time enough to learn the truth. Sob. You can't handle the truth. No one can. Brother, be a good man. Take word of these developments to Menphilia, would you? Sure. I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. Filth! The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Okay. More water. Unfortunately, I cannot craft, and I'm not level 50, so I can't take any of these quests. These dungeons. Tataru. Enter the waking sense. Yes, I shall enter the waking. Pray tell, warrior of light. Make your way. Pray, make your way to the waking sands. Pray. With all due haste. Minfilia, how you doing? Welcome back, brother. I'm pleased that you and Thangrid have been getting along. I see. You have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken. And up at the Amalja know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Oh, how awful. Life, materia, and everything. 18 weapon coffer. This is a level 26 weapon coffer. It would like you to meet a distinguished individual. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for a cause that you might take to the field suitably prepared. I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots, and he is a scholar of no small repute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. I did that last stream. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of all of the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thanalan, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke, and the way will become clear. Funnily enough, I don't actually think you can see the smoke at all because of rendering issues, and I should also put on my gear instead of running around with an item level 1 pants and shirt as better. Yeah, what smoke? I don't see no smoke. The woman lied to me. Malja, Striker, Impaler. Once again, I am punished for jumping the shark and just doing stuff ahead of time. But I wanted that materia. I wanted the materia out of the jewelry. Can you blame me? Can you really blame me? Having a bunch of green dots and like 2 white ones is annoying. I had to do it. I didn't have a choice. Psh, who is Uplander come to tendering of Mutamix Bubblypots? Here's a knife. This plain dagger has absolutely no defining characteristics except that the hilt does smell quite nice. What a lovely knife. Let's see. Fighty Tool drinks an air self. When full of air self, Fighty Tool changes to Stony Shine. Name of materia. If materia join with other Fighty Tool, then Big Eyes. Fighty Tool gains power of air self. Skull. Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. I love the goblins in this game. They're adorable. Yes! Tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix with fastness. Minfilia wants Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings Fighty Tool to Mutamix, yes? Yes, I did. Here's a knife. It smells lovely. Shako! Fighty Tool is unstrung as eating tool. Make good teachy show of power of materia. The materia master. I kind of want to play as a goblin. If they ever make goblins a playable race in this game, that will be great. I want to be a goblin. Now eyes of Uplander point at Fighty Tool, yes? Psh, Shako, materia join with Fighty Tool. Whoop, 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 yeah. Fighty Tool gains power of materia. Fighty Tool reborn. Here, Uplander, take Fighty Tool to Menphilia. I will Mutamix. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. Is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you, it must have sufficient spirit bond, that being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. When ye attach a piece of materia to gear, ye imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Mutamix turned that dagger of yours from someone as would have struggled to cut steak into a weapon worth wielding. Alliteration. Pshko. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia. I do, then Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants brain case to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learny ones of Mutamix. Or, hear me out, that becomes a stream for a later date. Yeah. How you like that? Goblin, the gobbies. The gobbies invade all goblins. Not the goblins. Yes, the goblins. Everyone loves goblins. Who doesn't like neat? Oh, you have a thing. I wonder what your... I'm level 20. Why is that now available? Wasn't available when I was here originally. You know what? Must have been story locked. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. It was story locked. Enter the Solar. Yes. I do, in fact, want to enter this fine establishment. Well, not. I'm already in the thing. This random room in an already instanced area. Why do they need another instanced area for this? Welcome back, brother. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. It was a materia-enhanced dagger, a once ordinary dagger, now made special with the wonders of materia. The handle still smells nice. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. It has like +1 dexterity. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, brother, so make it your ally, and it is necessary for endgame raids. Now it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray, speak with me when you are ready to begin, well, at least savage. Item. You know what? I'ma keep you. Yes. Lord of the Inferno, Dawnless Gods. Comparison. Vitality. Vitality, want intelligence. I don't use intelligence. Mind. I have 2 mind spell speed. Gives me +1 mind, but I lose my spell speed. I like my spell speed, but hey, level 20. I was actually right on the dot. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungist, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Amalja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungist attend as planned. As the Amalja anticipate to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. What have you provided to them, brother? Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me tell you to save some for him. Such is his confidence in you, a confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Yay, crystals. Hang on. I'm gonna go to the Sapphire Exchange real quick. Sapphire Road. It's one of those, and I'm gonna buy some level 29 gear. With all this Mora... No, not Mora. Mora's Genshin. With all this Gil burning a hole in my pocket. Hey there, Nat. Steps of Fall. Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Let's see. Pot watch? What the hell is a pot watch? Oh, it's a chef. Okay, apothecary, tradecraft merchant, Innovocate, independent jewel. Yes! Jeweler, battlecraft accessories. Thank you very much. 29. Hey! Let's see here. Sphene. No, strength, vitality, tenacity. Strength, vitality, skill, speed. Dexterity, vitality, critical hit. Dan Bright. Vitality, intelligence, determination. Vitality, mind, piety. Vitality, mind, spell, speed. We'll go with the spell speed. Go for J. Not that. Horn necklace. Mind, yes. Hoover wristlets. Vitality, intelligence, mind, direct hit rate, yes. Horn ring. Vitality, intelligence, mind, direct hit rate. Silver ring. Ah. On level 30 and below. So I will buy accessories. One more of the horn ring. Thank you very much. Battlecraft armor. Good sir. Disciple of magic, please. Level 20 to 29. Bop, 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 bop. Ah, okay, so darn it. Direct hit rate, direct hit rate, direct hit rate, direct hit rate, direct hit rate. Direct hit rate. I guess just whatever crystal I like the most. Garnet, Goshenite, Peridot, Heliodor, Amethyst, Aquamarine. I do like Peridot, so I'm gonna go with this. That's the August birthstone, by the way, and I was born in August. Yay! Velveteen Cowl. Non-equipped gear to head. Well, I'm not going to take that, so I'm going to go with the cotton robe. Cotton dress. Goat skin ring bands. I'll take that very much. Velveteen tights. Yes. Some goat skin boots. Thank you very much, my good sir. Let's see how awful I look. I can't do that because I'm still in the thing. Let's see the colors. It's not that bad. Oh. I'm yellow. Those are Peridot earrings? Oh, these are lapis lazuli earrings. Oh yeah, because I wanted the spell speed. I have base piety. Spell speed, yeah. Well, I mean, technically, my goal shouldn't be... you know what? Who cares? I got mind. I have healing. Piety. Piety is for healers that don't want to do DPS. I want to do DPS. You never know when a dot of arrow will be what kills the boss. Granted, arrow is an instant cast spell, so spell speed is... Or no, because the spell speed increases how damaging the arrow is. Ah, yeah, see? Let's see, Mr. Flame Sergeant. Let the Rogating carry it, they say. Bah. Oh, your brother Creed of the Science that I am. I thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prize from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizardmen aren't aware that their man, Ungust, has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we request the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there, and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalja's plot if the mission succeeds. Brother, let's make sure it does. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Will it succeed, good sir? Huh? Perhaps. Yeah. Chocobo keeps up there. You know what? I'll just make the run. It's probably faster the higher the Chocobo Porter. No, because the Chocobo Porter has the same as the sprint speed. And... yeah, the difference it would have made is probably negligible. Because this is probably... The difference between my sprint running out and me jumping off the Chocobo is probably the same difference as me, like, running up there to talk to the dude to give me the Chocobo. So I will live with this decision. Imps. Bunches of imps. Vandalists. They're vandals. Oh no, not the vandals. Destination. Let us fight in combat. 24, sure. I am prepared. Is the bait in place? It is, Sergeant. Our man is in position, sir. Good on ya, Private. Good, we make our move as soon as the Amange appear. Is that clear, Private? Yes, Sarge. Yes, sir, yeah. Oh, Lizard Man. He's huge. Dude's built like a freight train. Oh my goodness. Why are they so muscular? Last time I checked, lizards do not get that muscular. They're actually kind of fat when you look at them. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? Yeah. But yeah, they're almost never defined like this. A lizard. Like you might like see as like a vein on like the side of their like body. Like their stomach area, but they don't really have, you can't really see much definition. Not that it isn't there. A crocodile or an alligator will show you very quickly that muscle is there, as they're just very good at hiding it. Wait, something's amiss. Oh. It's a trap. Oh no, we were ambushed. Who could have guessed this? Hee hee hee. Oh ho 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 ho. Ha ha. Hee hee hee. Oh. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. Yeah, I know it. Traitorous flame soldier. I eluded the immortal flames catchers for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? It was almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Hee hee. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to make. They're all yours. Zia. Combat! Okay, so I actually have to talk a lot because the last time this music played and I wasn't talking, and the video ended up getting copyright strike. So I need to just not be silent. If that makes sense, I hope it makes sense. Swift cat, yeah, kill all of the Amalja Rangers first, because they're DPS, and DPS is bad for the enemy to have DPS. So we're just going to weed all of these guys out first, all systematically, like. Right? Lucid dreaming so that my MP restores, because I dropped below 8,000. Right? Okay, the Amalja Bruiser. Yeah, you can go away too, good sir. Okay. Yes, you as well. Goodbye. Okay, so the encounter is going just as planned. They're dying due to it being a story prerequisite that they die, because otherwise the story will not continue if they live. So I just have to defeat all of the Amalja, and then I will win and more spawned. Okay, so this is going to be a bit more oh my good. Okay, well, if I cast Stone 2 enough, they all should die. Hopefully, maybe. Pop Lucid Dreaming, because I dropped below a bunch of mana again. See it? I'm below 8,000, and when you go below 8,000, you pop Lucid. Oh, I'm taking damage. That's not good. Well, I'll heal myself, and then I'll kill the one that's trying to kill me. What a great plan. Nothing can go wrong by killing the dude that's trying to kill me. Okay, so my dot didn't kill him. I thought he would, but he didn't. That's annoying. But I will continue to kill all of the ads. See, they died of like a single stone. I can't Hutsuk Cha. Your days are numbered, good sir, because all of your ads are dead and the story beat continues. And hopefully the music stops soon, any minute now. There we go. Oh my goodness. Hang on. Yep. You put up your weapon or your comrade's dead. Dang it. You got caught out. Behind you! And I'm dead! Oh no, they cast sleep. Dang. Bring him. The rest of you, march. Traitor scum. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm gonna be a little bit more than irate if this still gets copyright striked. Just saying. Just a teeny tiny bit. Flame Sergeant, how are you doing? I fear the Amalja mean to give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death with steel in hand. The duty finder has been updated with new regular duty, the Bowl of Embers. You? Yes. Bowl of Embers. Thank you very much. Hey, I love being a healer. Adala, Flame Private. Blizzards claim they will soon bring us before Ifrit for tempering. You're not seriously considering locking horns with the devil now, are you? I am. Nah. I'm gonna kill this dude dead. Trust me. I'm gonna be super. It's gonna be super. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Finally, the last dude joined. Amazing. Okay. Hello, everyone. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. Almighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. This is cool. This is like the best, in my opinion, this is the best iteration of Ifrit. He looks awesome. Almighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorth their heathen souls with your cleansing flame and mark them as your own. Bloody hells! Bring those two as well. Ugh. What's going on? This isn't what we agreed. It doesn't matter. None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the right of summoning the souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No! Spare me, I beg you, no! Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you, yeah! Arise once more as my loyal minions, Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. Yeah, that's how Ifrit sounds, but that's his voice. That's his canonical voice. That's what he sounds like. Blue flames, hotter than red flames. But I am unaffected, for I have the echo. Oh, mighty Ifrit. Oh my goodness, that's not good. Your words are my breath. They're all crazy. Impossible. By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? I got the echo guy. Echo, echo, echo. Could it be? Could it be? What good sir? Your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. Ah. Fool. Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art of the godless blessed's number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. You cannot be suffered to live. Oh no. Don't worry. Hey. Oh, easy peasy, like, I am the only one without a soul. Fantastic. Oh, okay. Succumb to the inferno. I'd rather not, good sir. How about you keep your inferno over there? Away from me. Eee. Dang it. Surrender yourselves to the flame, the fires of judgment. Nah, I'm good. We gotta kill that. It is very bad if we don't kill that. Because if we don't kill that, we get killed, and that's bad. We don't want to die, we want Ifrit to die. Heal you up, my good sir. Ah. Thou art strong, mortal. I know, I'm amazing. E. GG's, everyone. See you later, dude. You have won this time, but you will not be suffered to live again. Mark my words. Ooh, piece of candy. This looks to be a, one of those piping hot cinnamon ones. Ooh. What are they called? Flame hots? Fire hots? Oh no, it's one of those. Hey, someone obtained level 31. Good for you, guy. Yeah, I think they are called Flame Hot. Cinnamon flavor. I already have the blue Jolly Rancher. Yeah, Flame Hot. Oh, I believe the next one I get is a caramel cream, correct? Candy. And then after that, I believe I get a... what the hell is a green can? I get an apple-flavored juicy drop pop, right? Pray, forgive my lateness. Oh, don't worry, I was fine. And then... wait, no, the next one I get is a purple gummy worm. I forgot about that. I was delayed by the congregation of Amalja's zealots. I swear each seemed more evangelical than the last. They were. Persistent lot. Dead. Oh, we actually got one right in the forehead too. Phew. I see the blood sworn wasted no time extracting the captives, no less than I expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it is fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, brother. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would never have left you to face it alone. You lie. You have been given a veritable baptism of fire. Literally. And you're gonna leave me to fight a primal again later down the line. I already know it. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we? Excuse me, this way, sir. Onward. We leave the Bowl of Embers with all post-haste. Goodbye. So that was the almighty Ifrit. Well, how you doing, Nero? And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Ul'dan interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Or can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court? We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read. But I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Yup. Maybe just a little bit. Perhaps. But that is a consideration for another. That was your first mistake. And your second was thinking that I would allow you to make another. You have been given a task, and that is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and you will not be suffered to live. Bleh. And I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. Yeah, see... With allies like that. Yes, very good, Nero. Beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. Whee! Heat waves. Yeah, that's cool. The weather effect's actually just an eclipse. That's neat. Hey! Thanks! They gave me accommodation because I'm new. But I'm not actually new because I've played the story 3 times. Ah, there you are, brother. Come, rest a while. You'll have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Amalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath. For a time at least, and then they'll get bored. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I won't. I arrived too late to be of any use, and you will again, to you or the abductees. There may be a whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. We're gonna have to add that to the tag for this manga. For once a man is tempered. Ah, but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all our misfortunes, there are still reasons to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand no less. Redemption arc in this manga? That is the deed of no ordinary individual, brother. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I've long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. I don't like where this tag is going. When Philia will be proud beyond all reckoning where she hears of your deeds, I trust you shan't object to my bearings the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax. Return to the waking sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? Realm's problems won't solve themselves. Yes, I know, because for some reason, until I showed up, everything has just been a shit show. Okay, and we go to Manphilia, return to the Waking Sands, yay! Yay, and then I have to go to a Grand Company, yay! And then I can get a Chocobo, yay! Wee! Jenny Space. What do you offer me, good sir? A good Nedric Ironheart. Hello, Halatali! Nedrick of the Sands of Zindan has some useful information he wishes to share, and bad gloves he wants to give. Hail there, adventurer. I'm Nedrick Ironheart, an explorer by trade and a scion by allegiance, and you, my friend... Halatali is in dry bone! I should have taken this the first time I came here! Ah! Okay, you know what? Oh, and you, my friend, look to be an adventurer in need of a challenge. I hope just a place for you. Oh, really do tell. Tucked away in a corner of eastern Thanalan lies Halatali, and it is there that you will find all the excitement you crave. The place boasts a storied history. It was built some 100 years past as a training ground for gladiators. The calamity laid ruin to it, though as it did to most things. Now Halatali is a shadow of its former self, but in the dark of that shadow look wild beasts. Both bloodthirsty and beyond count for one such as yourself. I dare say there is no place finer than Halatali to test your skill and refine your technique. Indeed, I've taken the liberty of passing your name along to the flames who oversee the place, so do visit, speak with one Fafajoni near the entryway. What else do you... Braving new depths, what is this? Okay, level 32, going for gold. Oh, yay, this place. Aurum Vale, everyone loves Aurum Vale. Oh my goodness. Okay, Waking Sand, let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready, Freddy. Ooh, Scions of the Sympthon. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Menphilia. You should join them at once. Lady Menphilia is most eager to see you. I get this. Item comparison. Mind to garbage. But at least it looks cool. My late arrival nearly cost brother his life. I wasn't there when the Amalja took him prisoner, and I wasn't there when they served him to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle he survived, but that does not excuse the fact that he should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed him utterly, and you will do so again, Thancred, just as I'm failing you all. Not only will you fail me again in later stories, you'll fail me again in this story too. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every I am present. Brother, it is good to see you again! Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Menphilia with your heroic exploits and my utter failings. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear. You lie, and now we can put paid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amalja undertook both the robbery and the abductions, with the aim of summoning their primal Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here, and the stronger they become, the more ether they require. Now, ether exists throughout creation, it flows through our life, and permeates the very air that we breathe, air self. We must equip to fighty tool. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of ether. Crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon toward which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is their coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants their beings physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. Oh no. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give. In order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, comrades, it's one of those, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. Ratch. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. Oh, that's convenient. It's as though a greater power protects us. Wow. When first you came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. Yeah, because you are incapable of anything that I am doing. The recent incidents all share a common trait. Meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. You may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite, brother. Respite is one of those. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Oh, no. The adoring masses. What? Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something. Something I think would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the attempered abductees that were rescued. I'm sorry to report that all are to be put to death. The flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse, but once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you'll continue to stand with us, brother. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. And I will not see you again until you wear a funny little mask. I believe. Pretty sure. Goodbye. Gods forgive me, how many more lives Louis Soir would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. Minfilia, a hero in the making. Water, hang on. Delicious. Has no flavor like water should. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. Yes, that I was. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, conforming to Yida and Papalimo that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. Scratch. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price. Yes, people will see your face, as you will soon discover. We have guests, brother. Or rather, you have. Oh, then, let us see. Beg pardons. Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom Grand Company of Limsa Lominsa to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, brother, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the grand companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of brother's deeds spread so quickly. That the Immortal Flames should know of this triumph is to be expected, but what of the other grand companies? Eep. Your reputation precedes you, Master Creed. 'Tis no ordinary man who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine our pride when we learned that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem, and that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant men such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Master Creed. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. A man of your talent belongs with the Immortal Flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lominsa to the shores of glory. Can I take a rain check? Lady Manvilia. Sigh. Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminding, a happy brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the grand companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Lominsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. When will there be one for Ishgard? I want to join the Ishgard Grand Company. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You'll be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. But what about Ishgard? In return for your faithful service, you'll be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in your other endeavors. I want Ishgard Chocobo Barding, damn it. If you're agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. It's Ishgard. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Good, because when Ishgard gets a Grand Company, I'm joining that one. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you're entitled to do so. And yet, I can see that there's no small choice you face. Oh, come on, it's Ishgard. A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Yes, it's not going to really be a remembrance service, though, now is it? Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each grand company will deliver an address. Will it be about Ishgard? Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? I want to be in Heaven's Ward, damn it. A fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, m'lady. Tip stupid cap. Very well. Let brother hear our leader speak, then return here with his decision. We eagerly await your answer. Yay! Sigh. Gossip. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a grand company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. I get a chocobo. You are possessed of great power, brother, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention. Not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one man. In the midst of a grand company, however, you will be one man amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. Grand companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. One's more selfish. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. Here, have a Star Trek beacon nav thing. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Ah, yes, the Bluetooth. named by a Viking man, don't you know? Eos is changing, brother, and you have the power to help shape it anew. But yeah, if you actually look at the Bluetooth logo, it's actually two Viking runes for B and T. That's where we get Bluetooth from. It was named by like a super, like a really important Viking war chief guy. I don't remember his first name, but I know his last name was Bluetooth. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. Yay! Goodbye. Almost level 30, almost gonna be a white mage, yay! Exit to Vesper Bay, don't mind me. Leave the Waking Sands, yes, thank you very much. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, brother. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly. And often. To a few too many people. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue. Literally, if necessary. You lie. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. Yes, in the city-states. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Elder Seatsier Kane Sana will deliver her address at Mikito's Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, where Flame General Robon Aldine will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored that there's to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Lomensa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Mealway Blowfishwim will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Xanthil, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational and rememberable. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable luck, wink wink, nudge nudge, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. Goodbye. Return to New Gridania. Yes, please. Thank you very much. To Mikito's. Yes, this one. And you know what? Before we start this, I will be right back. I have returned, and I have obtained a cookie. It's a peanut butter cookie. I shall munch on this peanut butter cookie as I wait. While we wait for this, because my throat's sore and I want to munch on a cookie because I haven't had lunch yet, and I had breakfast at like 8 a.m. so I'm hungry.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 seed seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
Cookie.
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood.
Yes, we learned this the first time.
Fearful of the green wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago.
Okay. She's in the Archer quest line.
Working hand in hand, the Hure and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization. And soon, they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer.
Yo, anyone remember Alfino ARR voice acting? When was the last time you heard Alfino ARR voice acting?
The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hure and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
It kind of looks stupid.
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us.
Crushed a water bottle right there. I had a feeling none of you wanted your ears blasted from that.
Though we Gridanians have no love for war,
You guys get into
we
it all
have
the
still
time.
less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood.
Hang on, let me just open another water bottle real quick. Yep, there we go. I'm done eating the cookie. I washed the cookie crumbs away. They are no longer in my teeth. And now I shall apply a lip balm. Aha! My lips are protected from the sun now. Sun. Yes.
When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness.
How very honorable.
And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat.
You know, this lighting makes you look evil as hell. Oh, excuse me, jeez.
5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano.
Yep.
It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice.
Okay.
Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed. Each waking hour, a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable.
Okay.
So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on that
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
A very good question, Alize.
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood.
Oh no, how awful.
Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania.
You know, I like how they bring up that Garlemald is raising steel fortresses, but I don't think it actually plays any relevant part in the story besides the place being where you find Biggs and Wedge. And I think they stall that fortress when you start to raid prey. I don't think it serves any other purpose besides that. Obviously, there might be some like class missions, like maybe Dragoon or White Mage has to go there for some. I know Bard doesn't. Well, no, Bard does go there at for like the very first Heavens Ward class, but I don't think you fight Garlemald in that class, or not in that class, in that level 50-52 quest. Oh well. A thought to be explored another time, I guess.
We are gathered here to honor the fallen.
Yay, as you bop me upside the head with a stick.
Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder's standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity.
I'm not gonna lie, your slogan kinda sucks.
We must think of the children.
I don't like it.
It's up to us to protect the forest.
All the elementals!
Kinda bad. Should fire the person who made it. Get a new writer on that case. Give him a raise. If he writes literally anything would be better than that, I promise you. Onward. To the next. Oh, no, I have to talk to the twins. I am humongous compared to them. This is funny. I love ridiculous size differences like this. This is great.
If you'll permit me, Alfino.
How you doing, Alfino?
And my sister, Alize, at your service.
How you doing, Alize?
I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler.
That
you
I
might
am.
call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
I can't wait for Heaven's Ward to run about and I get completely jarred by your voice acting change. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and wont to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians. Until recently, at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. They do clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, and you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Yeah, trees do not grow very quickly. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Excuse me. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to an all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Arrow will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, perhaps we will find out if the Elder Seedseer's words fell on fertile ground. See you later. Meanwhile, Alice is having none of this at all. Mickey-dos. There's a pearl a link shell distributor. Huh. I go to the airship landing. Glimpsa, who have the best slogan out of all the city seats. "To see swallows all" is amazing. And it has alliteration. I like alliteration. Oh. Stretching. It's good for your bones. To the Bulwark Hall, my good man. They also have the best daytime music, second to Ishgard. Who knows, I may change my mind when I unlock Alamigo and Kugane and the Crystorium and wherever the hell Endwalker brings me. Here to return the Remembrance Service. Be quick, the Admiral's due to give her address at any moment. Sure. Also, that reminds me, the Admiral also gets a voice change, and I don't know why.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride.
It's a boat on a flag.
700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Best navy in the world. Oh, hey, how you two doing?
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The Crimson Field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the Black Longship represents a pirate vessel.
Arg.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive.
Dead.
Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom? I like freedom. Freedom's pretty cool.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom.
Yeah.
Much as the beast tribes have. A small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
Oof.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep.
We'll put on some new bandages then.
When I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again?
Maybe. Oh no.
Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano.
Maybe if you hire more carpenters, it will be repaired fast. Or masons. There is weird stone columns that the city is built upon, isn't there?
The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Yeah, Leviathan's music is just weird.
Those fishback
The Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go.
Well, you broke that contract. That's your own damn fault.
These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire.
Yeah, the Garlands are nothing to worry about.
Even now, the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes.
Oh no.
How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Very good speech. Much better than what that fucking what the fuck is it called? Lecture? Yeah, lecture that Gridania had. Oh my goodness.
Long live the Admiral!
Bored to tears.
Gather the lads!
Rather eat a cookie
Where's me
on
captain?
stream than have to listen to that. Oh my goodness.
Seven hells, Admiral!
Really good stream. Definitely my favorite. No one walks like
Fancy
this.
meeting you again.
People do not walk like this. Is way too slow. Who walks like this? I want to see if they'll actually file out. Probably. How you doing, Aldenu, my boy? My guy? My right-hand man, as Brianna mentioned in her address, Limsa Lominsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal titan for their god under the weight. As if the beast tribes present weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lomenzins' backyard. And that is to say naught of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lomenzins are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. And a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Oh, really? Yes, really. Oh, I thank you, good sir. To the last place. Lift attendant, to the airship landing, good sir, yes. I must go to the Royal Promenade. Arrivals, frontline attendant, airship ticketer, yes, to Ulda, my good madam. Ah, here I am, Ulda. The jewel of the desert. Why is it that it's always a jewel in the desert? Has anyone else noticed that that's kind of a cliche? The city in the desert is super prosperous, even though it's in the desert. You know, where there's like nothing alive except for like a couple of plants and some lizards. Why is this the place that's like super prosperous? That makes no sense whatsoever. Destination, I'm waiting. Water bottle. Quench my thirst, please.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanima herself!
And Roban as well.
Yo, is that the Heavens Ward armor?
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
Or are they just paladins? They might just be paladins.
Roban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold, where by the grace and glory of Naldar have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ulda!
Roban also has a very good voice actor, my goodness.
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Aha.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
Well, actually, you were fighting them, and then there was a dragon, and then everyone was kicked from the server. But okay, yeah, sure, embezzle it a bit.
That's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yeah.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not.
Aw.
And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead.
Selfish.
Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled.
By money.
Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous?
Well, they went broke, obviously.
I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save?
Probably not.
You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade.
Oh no!
Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act.
Oh, how unfortunate.
Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand.
Why am I so sleepy today? Oh my goodness.
Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond.
You know what? It's my own fault. I don't drink coffee. Maybe if I drank coffee, I wouldn't be so tired all the time.
Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth.
Unfortunately, I do not like coffee.
In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you.
It's kind of gross, just a little bit.
Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity.
Yeah, do that,
As
Uldar
the
people.
realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people. Ya for Uldar!
Together we are one.
Your Grace.
Raoban?
Small.
Of Uldar, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you.
Okay.
Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar.
Okay.
Yet
But
those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived.
what, really?
For the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people.
Oh, there are some people who would argue with you, but okay.
Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Maybe another time.
Long live Nanamo!
Like, I was kind of liking...
Victory and fortune. Stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
I was kind of liking Raban's speech, but then she just kind of meh. Meh. Kind of just like an extra. Really, he's the real show. Also, that's not the tag of the flames. It's for coin and country. It's not for forged in fire at all.
Forsooth!
Fire reborn.
I fancy meeting you again.
Hey, how you doing? The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. Yes, I have. They tried to kill me. Well, not kill me, they tried to temper me, and then they tried to kill me. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. But he has been one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Guardians have not gone away. They're just kind of sitting there. Fishing. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. If it has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldans send their forces to smite the Primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Well, I mean, just stop getting crystals. Small wonder, then, that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventure of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. Goodbye, Alice. I'll see you again when you're... Oh, hey. Brother, this is Menphilia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? Yes. A moment ago, you say, what a coincidence. I know, the timing is impeccable. Just jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. They're eating all of the cookies. Not the cookies. Anything but the cookie. You know what? I will hurry back. Just give me just a minute. I'll be right with you. Promise. Okay. And when I'm done with this, then I will be right back, quick as a flash. I promise. Like I might as well not even go here. How quick it's gonna be. Like my sprint isn't even gonna run out anytime soon. Yeah, ignore that. I'm still sprinting. I promise. Lightning fast. Gonna have to call me Barry Allen with how fast I'm going. Yeah. Look at that pompadour. Jiggle in the wind. You're telling me this isn't fast? I'm sorry, but if you can make hair jiggle, I'm pretty sure you're going a decent speed. At any rate. Even jiggles when you go sideways. Oh my goodness. I want to get a pompadour. Just because of how stupid it looks. Oh, it'd be great. Fafajoni, how you doing? It is the halls of Halatali you seek. You need seek no further for me to tell you something of this place. The name comes from an ancient tongue, Halatali meaning the land of many shadows. It was here that our distant ancestors first settled, and you have not come all this way for a lesson in history. Shh, listen. Do you not hear the howls and growls? Do you not feel how they shake the very earth beneath you? Those sounds are the work of no wind, my friend, nor that rumbling the doing of any shadows. Those are the calls of Halatali, for now the beasts once kept for the Colosseum lurk here. And these are no gentle beasts broken by the hand of man. No, there are those within that even the might of the immortal flames cannot tame. From the look of you, you must be brother. I received word from Nedrick that you might be along. By his recommendation, I grant you leave to enter freely. I only pray you are able to find your way out. Don't worry, my dude. See you later, guy. I just came here to get the money. Halatali now accessible. Yeah. What is that? 4 dungeons now? Wrong one. I don't want to do the bull. I want to do 4 dungeons. That list is gonna be filled out in due time. Trust me that. Believe you me. Oh, hey, this is flying chocobo. You know, I remember the quest line where you actually had to like teach your chocobo how to fly. That was a cool quest line, and now it's just gone. Poof. And everything can fly. Yeah, entrance to the Solar. Flying whale? I love me a flying whale. Flying whales are cool. Now, I bet you're all wondering, seeing that I like this, I like this one the most, I'm going to choose this one. No, I'm going to choose this one because my home point is already set to Gridania and I don't want to change it. That's my reasoning. Welcome back, brother. Where the Grand Company leaders versus Luminous, you're to hope, kind of, sort of, somewhere just extremely disappointing, like the one I'm going to choose. Each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, brother. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answers. I've already... Cutscene. Yes, Alice and Alfino.
The gods only know what Grand Company our adventurer friend will keep.
Alfino and Alice are going to have their little spat, and then we're never going to hear from Alice again, unless you do Coil of Bahamut, and then we're never going to hear from her again until Shadowbringers. Fucking Shadowbringers.
The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Yeah, you tell him, Alfino.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Yeah, believe me.
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies.
Yes.
As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies.
You thought there would be something else. Ah! Fool!
Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alizé, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them.
Propaganda!
Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies.
You know, I know we've seen a Hyur child, we see an Elizin child in Heaven's Ward, we see an Aura child in Shadowbringers. Have we ever seen a Lalafell child? How small is a Lalafell child? My goodness, they must be tiny. Like this big.
Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Like, you think Lalafells are already short, you're going to see something minuscule.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
Actually, just microscopic.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
Okay, find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
Do they see eye to eye? I mean, she has to fight with us in Shadowbringers and I believe Endwalker.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you.
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Dun dun. How ominous. How mysterious. Whatever do you mean, Elfino? Serpent officer. Take my acceptance. Yes. Yes, you have chosen wisely, my friend. Yeah, I don't care. Without further ado, let us speak of practical matters. In order to complete the enrollment procedure, you must report to the Ader's Nest. Hey, honey yellow dye, the company you keep, Twin Ader. So you know it well from your wanderings. In New Grenada, give your name to the personal officer there, and he will guide you through the formalities. I have no doubt but that your deeds will bring great honor to our order. When next we meet in Grenada, I shall be proud to call you brother. You already call me brother, fool. See you later, nerd. Water. Ooh, a thing. What is this? Broadening horizon, dang it. The White Wolf Gate, yes please. Brother, is it not? I've been following your exploits with great interest. You have served Gridania well, but great accomplishments and yet to come. It is with such lofty expectations that I would grant you passage beyond our White Wolf Gate. Take this pass and show it to French Lord Gatekeeper. Gird yourself well for the battles to come, and I am sure that news of your deeds will reach me again before long. Yay! An umbrella? What? Nice! You are come to the Ader's Nest, headquarters of the Order of the Twin Adder. Ever do we welcome they who would toil in the Elemental's name for the good of our forest nation. My name is Brother Creed. I believe you are expecting me. Oh! Ah, the great adventurer himself. Yes, our recruitment officer sent word that you are on your way. It's a pleasure and an honor both to welcome you to our ranks, friend. Now let me gather together the relevant documentation, sir. What is it? Report. An urgent message from Emissaric Spire, sir. A Highwind Skyways airship has taken fire from Imperial forces in the skies over the East Shroud. The vessel's engines were crippled, sir, and it was forced to make an emergency landing southeast of Nine Ivies. Nine Ivies? Gods, this could not have come at a worse time. All but a handful of our forces are presently afield dealing with the Ixal. Brother, I know full well you have yet to be formally inducted into our ranks, but we have urgent need of your aid. In all likelihood, the airship was bearing civilians, and if the reports are accurate, it will have come down dangerously close to Garlean-occupied territory. Please make all haste to the area southeast of Nine Ivies, locate the airship, and ascertain the status of the passengers. Yes, of course. After I do the thing. What's this? Thy house, the house that death built. You want to be a carpenter, so you want to be an archer. I want to be a bard. Bard is my favorite ranger DPS class. Well, everyone is going about Dancer. Dancer only buffs one person. Bard buffs everyone. Quantity has a quality all of its own, don't you know? Only those who possess a gate pass may travel through the White Wolf Gate. It is for your own good. The fearsome beasts that lurk beyond would tear an unprepared adventurer limb from limb. Aha! I'm prepared. You have papers. Let us see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. Go in safety, brother. In the future, should you wish to pass, you need only say the word. I will take the money. Thank you very much. A quest for me. Beneath the planks, Rosamond has a task for a capable adventurer. Okay. There's no ordinary adventurer whose grand passes through the White Wolf Gate. I am Roastabon of the Wood Whalers, and I would see you live up to your reputation. My fellow whalers at Dunstan Spire are in grave need of adventurer's aid. Should you have a mind to make yourself useful, travel there and seek out Let me pass, good sir. Whee! Toadstools. Ah, hey, things are actually dangerous here. Nice. Marze? How you doing, girl? Bungle Frolic. You have the honor of addressing Marze, realm-renowned naturalists and esteemed authors of the New Eorzean Geographic, the single most comprehensive collection of knowledge our realm has ever seen, or ever will see. You've not heard of the Geographic? Well, of course you haven't. It hasn't been published yet. It never will be if my assistants keep dawdling around instead of doing their jobs, so hop to it. Of course I'm talking to you. Do you see anyone else here? Now, for the 70,000th time, 5 toadstool caps and be quick with them. Hang on, I need to go talk to this guy. This guy has a thing for me to do. What do you need me to do? Roast and bonds, and you think the 12, which is about giving up hope that anyone would answer a call. Tell me, did you perhaps notice that gaping hole in the ground on your way here? Aye, should be hard to miss it. One of the many remnants of Dalamud's fury. The scaffolding you see is a solution we worked up with our friends from the Carpenters Guild, but even the sturdiest wood is at the mercy of the elements. The rains have fallen hard of late, and I fear... I fear there might still be some soggy planks left unattended. Please see to them, as well as to any pests who would come to feast on the wood. Whee! Damp scaffolding. Shroud hairs. Last one. Ah. An actual challenge for once. Hey. Mr. Toadstool, how you doing? Not as mobile as a bard, but slide casting does get the job done. Get this gunk off. I don't like being poisoned. Poisoned is good. Dang it. Yeah. My mana. Oh no. When do I get my MP restoring mechanics for White Mage again? I mean, obviously I need to be a White Mage, but this is getting ridiculous. I mean, yeah, lucid dreaming is helpful, but I kind of don't want to use lucid dreaming every time. Right? No one wants to just constantly have to use lucid dreaming. I want to use the other stuff. Whatever it's called. Oh no, I haven't played White Mage. I know I get lilies, and I eventually need to feed the blood lily or something like that, but that's gonna be not now. That's a whiles away. Actually getting experience from killing mobs again. This is great. This is amazing. This is just fantastic. 2 quests done and 1 goat shriek shrooms. Marcinet, I have your toadstools. Have you brought me my toadstool caps? I have. Each moment you dally deprives the realm of my prodigious knowledge. Toadstool cap. This underside of this colorful fungar cap is packed with scores of gills, each containing innumerable spores. Excuse me, yes, hand it over now, but of course, it's just as I theorized. The spore density of these toadstools is exponentially greater than that of samples taken from before the calamity. They have evolved as such in order to adapt to an increasingly harsh environment. Wahahaha! And with this, another entry of the new Eorzean geographic is complete. Who are you again? I am Brother Creed. Research Assistant 6, yes, I am speaking to you, Research Assistant 6. That is the title I've designed to bestow upon you after your humble contribution to my latest scientific breakthrough. Mind you now that you are officially my slaver Research Assistant. There will be no slacking off. I require a live lightning spark. Here's a jar. Now hurry, I haven't all day. Using key items on targets. Yes, very good. We want a weakened lightning spark. Evenix. You have my thanks, adventurer, a shroud hair. I see. I ask you only this, friend. Should you have occasion to meet Marseille, speak nothing of this to her. She's a researcher of sorts, unusual creatures being her specialty. Were she to catch wind of shroud hairs lurking beneath, she would rip up every last plank till we had nowhere to stand upon. The woman treats us as if the wood whalers were her personal laboratory assistants. I would stand for this no more. I keep my distance from her. I must suggest you do the same, but she offers me quests. And quests give me experience. Quests give me money. Mr. Lightning Spark, you must die. Oh! Easy peasy lemon squeeze. Now I believe I have to go fight a Morbulger or something like that. Mere fact that you dare drawn to me means that you must have the live lightning spark I require. Well, hand it over then. Here you go. Ooh, aren't you a cute little one? Just think of all the fun I can have with you. The next assistant who dares shirk his duties is in for quite a shock. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, toadstools. If my theories are correct, sending a shock through the toadstools will trigger a sense of danger, causing them to reproduce with unheard of speed. Truly, my genius knows no bounds. To think of the discoveries I could make if I had but a single competent assistant. You, Assistant 7. What was it for? Oh, whoever you are, be gone from my sight and let me concentrate for once, okay? In too deep. Pant. Pant. I swear to you that woman is a fiend, a monster, a greater danger to this realm than all the beast tribes put together, and then some. Why, I speak of Marseille, of course. No sooner did I return with the 300 hornet stingers she requested, that she sends me off to conduct a water survey at Hopeseed Pond. In my condition, I'm like to fall in face first and drown. Oh, friend, I'm too young to die. Please say you'll help me. You must. Okay. Marseille, hey, another ring. Research Assistant 873, you're late. Oh my goodness, I'm conducting an experiment of the utmost importance to determine the source of the distinctive stink of a stroper's breath, requiring one freshly extracted stroper stomach. The stench is said to be strong enough to knock out a man, so I shall provide you with a bottle of Marseille's Breath Begone. I know not what you've been eating lately, but you may want to take a dose of it yourself. Oh, do try not to get killed, will you? Funeral rites for incompetent assistants are eating away an inordinate share of my research budget these— oh my goodness. maybe don't hire them if they're incompetent then, yeah, lady? Doing the dirty work. Ooh, Broods is... Dang it. Ignore it. Ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Ooh. Death gaze. Yeah. Ah. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, I'm good. Fortunately, I am a healer, so I do not do a lot of lucid. A lot of damage. Such is the struggle of being a healer trying to level. Eventually, I will get a chocobo, and he will make my life a lot easier. Oh, no! Ah! This is what we say is bad. I am dead. Yeah, off. Dang it. Whee! Son of a bitch. Hey. This is why you don't... Maybe don't use Swift Cast on DPS. Ah! Damn it. Oh well. We try again. Maybe don't use Swift Cast for DPS. Ah, egg on my face. Jeez. Oh well. Uh-oh. Dang it. Run away. Run away. Run away. Run away. Run away. Oh, no. No, not again. Not again. Dang it. This is an embarrassment of amazing proportions. Oh my gosh. Again. We try again. Oh my goodness, my mana. It's all gone. Okay. Let's try this again from the top. Maybe be in a position where I can actually walk up to the Stroper. Yeah, like back here. And approach from behind. Oh, come on. Nope. Go away, please. Aha! Okay. Now, the task is to dodge this. Just like that. come on. I know you want to do it again. No, you don't? Okay. Ugh. You son of a bitch. I hate marbles. Ah. Of course, there's a small rock in the way. My bad, game. I thought I was able to see him over the count that his head was poking over the rock, but I guess not. Now, I'm more amazed that that assistant is more scared of drowning than the marbles. Oh, my goodness. It's raining. It's pouring. The old man is in fact snoring. Ah. Dang it. Leave me alone, please. You didn't see me. It was all a figment of your You didn't see anything, Obriet. I don't want to be a research assistant 712 or 43. I just want to go home. Ah, praise the gods you're back. Were you able to complete the survey? I was. Here's the water. Cloudy water gathered from Hope Seed Pond. Water. Speaking of water, I have one. Ah, amazing. 1, 2, 3 samples from Hope Seed Pond. Wonderful. I cannot thank you enough, though I cannot help but wonder what other back-breaking tasks might be in the future. Pluck the wisdom teeth of a Gubu. Procure a leaf from a Trent's head. The gods only know. Grandfather, grandmother, can you hear me up there? Your dear grandson shall be joining you all too soon. Quality, intelligence, mind, direct hit rate. Quality, mind, piety. Ah, I want the direct hit rate. Or say, assistant, whatever your number was, I haven't all week. You'd best have the stroper stomach I requested, or I do believe I shall use your own innards as a substitute. Oh my goodness, lady, the source of a stroper's bad breath can be found within. Yes, just hand it over, will you? And the dissection reveals. Exactly, as I surmise, with the proliferation of poisonous toadstools in the years since the calamity, the stroper's diet has undergone a dramatic change. The reaction of the toadstools with the stroper's stomach acid results in the noxious gases emitted from the mouth of the foul beast. And with that groundbreaking discovery, I believe I owe my prodigious mind a well-deserved respite. You, on the other hand, Research Assistant 6, have earned nothing of the sort. Get out there and hone your skills, that you might actually make yourself half useful the next time I call. I killed a... Meh. Meh. Grumpy. I shall now go save Biggs and Wedge. Onward. Ooh. Ah, yeah, the leaves. Nah. Oh, that's right. I have to kill all of these little buggers, don't I? Well, on the plus side, they should die very quick. Yep. Boring weevils. Hey! I got the magic stick 3. Log. Mandragora's East Shroud, the Honey Yard. Oh, well, I'm here. Might as well do them all. Right? Mandragora's Wolf Poacher, East Shroud, 9 Ivies. We're like down here, right? But first, the Honey Yard. I must slaughter the Mandragoras. Explore experience, I think. Let's see. Where are they? There they are. Yay! Oh my goodness, what I wouldn't give for Holy right now. Okay, now that's done, I can now go find the poachers. Memory serves, they should be along this wall. Serpent Sergeant, how you doing, Sarge? Where along this wall? Past the entrance into the South Shroud. Right? Yes, I believe so. I thought there was a treehouse up there. I am now sad. Treehouses are cool. But only if it's like a real treehouse. You know, where there's actually like a ladder. And you have to climb the ladder. If you think a treehouse has like an actual staircase, you are wrong. That is incorrect. Treehouses lack staircases. That's what makes them so cool. They're in the air, and there's no real way to actually, like, get up there. Giving them a staircase defeats the entire purpose. Last one. Ho-ho. Okay, now what does my hunting log say? Stone Upland Nazca, East Shroud, the Bramble Patch, Western Thanalan, the Footfalls, Western Thanalan, South Shroud, East Shroud, South Shroud, Southern Thanalan, Eastern Thanalan, South Shroud, Central Shroud, Apakalu. Ooh, big boy. I'm not fighting that. Ball mats. I'm sorry, what? I am 9 levels higher than you. Why are you attacking me? You should be scared. Proceed. I guess I still gain experience from it, despite being 9 levels higher. How you doing, Biggs? How convenient. Adventurer, what are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. All the way over here. The Adder's Nest sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Yeah, you know what? That's fair. Peace, friend. We mean you no harm. You are an engineer of Garland Ironworks, are you not? We were alerted to your plight and have come to rescue you. And you are Brother Creed, I presume. I was told to expect an honorary serpent. My thanks for your aid, friend. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. No, Wedge! Imperial scouts from Castrum Orions. They mean to requisition the ship. Wedge, you have to help him. That Volvolato was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? But isn't that the Ironworks' latest creation? Ah, it's the first airship we've built since the Calamity, the first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. I wonder who it is. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring. She really was. Two of those bastards blasted her out of the sky. No! Attend me all. The Ironworks' latest creation must not fall into Garlean hands. We shall strike them swift and sure, and rescue Engineer Wedge. Brother, I trust we can rely on your support. Yes, you can. I will make sure none of you die, hopefully, maybe. May the matron watch over us with me! Yeah! Get him! Fight! An ambush! 2 arms! Mwah! Okay, where's the Medicus? There isn't one. Hey, take all the DPS dudes out first. Oh, they still kept the old Blizzard 2. That's funny. You do not stand against the might of the Empire. Just watch, fool. This has gone on long enough. I will focus on this dude and then go after the big robot, because that big robot has a lot of HP. Don't worry, I got you, guy. Now we can focus on killing him. Now that he is sufficiently healed. To do Sermit Drill. Where are you going? Drill Cannon. Hey, done. Easy. The fight was simple. I got lowered to level 24, jeez. Biggs! Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one, you think? Too damn close, so how's she look anyway? She's broken. The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly that tiny Bronco home. While you do your work, we shall keep watch over the perimeter. The enemy may yet be lurking nearby. As for you, brother, you have more than done your part today. I bid you return to the Ader's Nest and complete your enlistment. I pray there be no further interruptions. When next we meet, let it be as fellow serpents of the Order. I just wanted to say, sorry, you know, calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Haha, seriously though, if it hadn't been for you and the twin Adder lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Yay, friends. Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. Level duty synced. I shall return to Gridania with post haste. Wait, no, I can kill the diseased Trents here. Well, not here, but here, in the Bramble Patch. Oh, thank you, I'm good. I don't want any stinging. Sophie, how you doing, you really big bug? My goodness, so many fates. Let's see, log, hunting log. Stone Shell, diseased Trent, red goblin. South Shroud, East Shroud. Hey, I'm in the East Shroud. South Shroud, Southern Shroud, Eastern Thanalan, South Shroud, Central Shroud, Eastern Lanaska. Okay, well this will be simple. The Sylphs of Little Solace, yay! I like the Sylphs. They talk funny. Do the Zizzes want to kill me? They do. Have to like walk right in front of their face, but I assure you they in fact do want to remove my face from my head, and that is bad. If they wanted to kill me, there's a good chance that these pigs want to kill me as well. Affecting the patch. I'm gonna ignore this and go right for these. Yep. Ooh. Okay, one down. Two to go. One more. There he is. Goodbye, giant tree monster. With this, my hunting log for these dudes is now complete. Now I have to go kill the fireflies. What I wouldn't give for holy. Glowfly. Jumping Jiggas. Swollen Jiggas. The Jiggas? I don't know. It's one of those. Boop, boop, boop. I able to dodge the attack of a single firefly. Oh my goodness, how amazing. And now I can return. Yes. Ah, fantastic. Where to next? House of the Dead? The company you keep, Twin Adder? Will I get my chocobo soon? I'm tired of having to run around like a lunatic. Oh, it's blue. Brother, it does my spirit well to see you return. Word arrived but moments ago from the team at Nine Ivies. Lest you worry, the 2 engineers are safely on their way. The lieutenant informs me that you were instrumental in the mission's success. Had you not found Engineer Biggs when you did, and helped us to rout the galleons, things might have been very different. And all this because you were even induced into the Order. You are well on your way to carving out a fine career for yourself beneath the Twin Adder. So, oh my goodness, deja vu. What in the actual hell is going on right... You're here too! What the fuck? Okay, hang on. I'm having a very tough time right now. This is bullshit. You are well on your way to carving out a fine career for yourself beneath the Twin Adder standard. Without further ado, let's see to your induction. 12 willing, there won't be any further interruptions. What on God's green earth? Woods will be done. 300 serpent seals. Thank you very much, good sir. Protocol requires that I apprise you of who we are and what we do, after which I will invite you to swear an oath of your own free will. Ahem. Hang on, I got a water bottle. The Order of the Twin Aiders, the Grand Company of Gridania, brings together the martial, economic, and technological resources of our nation that we might stand strong in times of direst adversity when our very survival hangs in the balance. Our order was formed in the days before the calamity, in readiness to fight the Garlean Empire and to combat the beast tribes and their primals. Needless to say, our struggle continues to this day. Elder Sincere Kani-san is the supreme commander of our forces. Under her wise leadership, we protect the people of Gridania, the sanctity of the Twelves Wood. As the enshrined serpents that grace our standard, let Forestborn strive as one with friends from afar to ensure that peace shall ever reign in Gridania. In so doing, we honor the will of the elementals, and theirs is the will of the wood. Oh, I'm sad. I'm not sad anymore. I got over my deja vu trauma. Now then, Brother Creed, I ask that you give unto us your oath of allegiance in whatever fashion you see fit. Woods will be done. I shall strike down our enemies and drink of their blood. My life... Yeah. Quite, your fervor is duly noted. May it lend your strength as you strive to preserve all that is good in this great nation. By the power vested in me, I assign you the rank of Serpent Private 3rd class. You are now a man of the Order of the Twin Aider. Go forth, Private Creed, and do that which brings peace to the Twelveswood and honor to our name. Yeah. Yeah. Hey! Hey! How fun! How quaint! How joyous an occasion! Hello? Can you hear me, brother? This is Menphilia, an officer of the Order of the Twin Aider. Contact me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Creed! I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a serpent of Gridania, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. Excuse me, there are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. Oh my goodness, we shall be waiting. The distant call of a friend in need, perhaps. As you are needed elsewhere, I shall not keep you any longer. I would, however, suggest speaking with High Serpent Commander Vuswahilio before you depart. He may provide you with assistance on the journey ahead. Like a chocobo? Quest accepted! Yay! You may now accept the quest, my little... Yes! The quest must be completed in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario for a realm report. Why? Why do I need Order of the Twin Adder, Serpent Private, 3rd Class, Snake Bitten, Grand Companies, yes? Conditional Virtue. What the hell are you? Plan provisioning missions, yes. My Little Chocobo, Shadows, Uncast. What do I need? Serpent Sergeant 1st Class. Ah, My Little Chocobo. Chocobo Whistle, fantastic. Perfect, great. I understand you have been working tirelessly in Gridania's name. You're truly an example to your fellow serpents. But tell me, have you ever felt as though you couldn't get to your destination quickly enough that perhaps you could do with a swifter pair of legs? I have for a while now. If so, you might consider getting a personal chocobo. You have yet to be issued your own beard, am I correct? Given your considerable talents, you should be able to obtain one in no time at all. Let me tell you how to go about it. First, you obtain a serpent chocobo assurance by exchanging company seals with the quartermaster. Once you have this deed, present it to our man Singular, and he will furnish you with a suitable beard. Hey. No, wrong one. Materials? No. Materials. Serpent chocobo insurance. I need 200. I do not have enough seals. Oh. Okay. Oh. Speak with Scion. Speak with the Scion of the Seventh Dawn at the Waking Sands. Okay. And I'll just so happen to get all of the seals that I need. Into the Waking Sands, away! Hello, Yida, Papa Limo. Scion of the Seventh Dawn, how you doing? Welcome back, brother. Lady Mephilia awaits you within. Complete. Fantastic. I got the seals. Woo, welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. I did indeed. How do I know? Why, the crewman officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, brother. Now, when we last spoke, I said that I want you to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met. Totoro, please show them in. Who is it? Who could have possibly this way, sirs? It's Biggs and Wedge. Hey. Water, thanks again for getting us out of the mess. We owe you our lives, but I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm your Wedge. God's man, spit it out, will you? Wedge at your service. I am pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands! Yay! Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Really now, never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. Give me my damn bird. I want my bird. Give me my bird. I will pry those seals out of your cold, dead hands, lady. Self-magic. White mage, white mage, white mage.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you.
Oh yeah, what is that?
Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
M'lady. Tips goggles.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder.
And go search up the little plant people.
Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Yes, please.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Really now.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like Gisselgreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ice greens.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
That's always good, right?
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
Although I don't think I really understand why plants generate electricity. That's always kind of eluded me.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Really now.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
That's not good.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda.
I'll just get more hands
Who,
then.
I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
Indeed.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible.
She may be savage, but she doesn't have that difficulty now, does she? No, she doesn't. She only has extreme. How bad can it be?
Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo.
Really now.
Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will
Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah, sure.
I am grateful.
Yay!
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods.
Oh, how disappointing, Thancred.
Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Just a little bit.
Leave it to me.
Yeah.
Us, Ida, us!
Yeah, both of you. Goodbye. Quest accepted. Self-management. At the Aider's Nest. Oh my goodness, already. Oh, wait, nope, not that one. The Black Shroud. New Gridania. My little Chocobo Twin Aider. Self-management. And I will be able to get my White Mage Soul. Yes! Yes! No idea what that's going to mean. Oh wait, no, I have to complete the quest first. We know far too little of the Sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Sirens once more if we are to— beg pardon, this is a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Aider's Nest? We come in peace. Shoot to kill, shoot to kill. We come in peace. Shoot to kill. Shoot to kill, men. Materials, materials. Give me the Serpent Chocobo Insurance. Thank you very much. Present this need to the Twin Aider Company samples to receive your own Chocobo. Yeah. Do. Oh, someone has been doing the Crystal Tower raid. That's the Scylla armor. Singir, how you doing? Want a bird issued, you say? They'll need to see your Serpent Chocobo insurance. Here you go, my good man. Now give me the beard. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment, please. I'll be right back with your chocobo. Whee. Behold, he is glorious. And here he is! The fellow has been in high spirits the past few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you'll want to give your noble steed a name. I know exactly what I'm gonna name you. Quack. No, that will not be your name. Your name. It shall be... Quack. Bird. Because you are a bird. Name your chocobo Bird. Yes, he is Bird. Quack. Goodbye, Bird. Singur. I dare say he likes his name, for he is a bird. Use your very own chocobo whistle, simply blow into it, and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in crowded city areas or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your chocobo rider's license, as is required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. Yay! Personal chocobos! Woo! Okay, where is it? Where is it? Chocobo saddle pin. I don't have that yet. The command is unavailable at this time. Big sad. That's right. I have to go past there, don't I? Sight to behold. House that death built. I'll do those later. First, to the Conjurer's Guild. I must away. The last quest for Conjurer, and then I make out as a white mage, with the soul of the white mage. But, however, unfortunately, that will happen next stream, because this stream has been going on for 3 hours and 22 minutes. Oh my goodness. Oh, excuse me, geez, where does the time go? Hang on, let me just get all this away. Right, start the music up. Let's go here. Yeah. Okay, and maybe go back to the intermission. Yes. So, once again, the end of another stream is upon us. If you enjoyed your time here today, do the following things. Like, share, follow. I don't know how Twitch works, I keep forgetting. Anyway, until next time, goodbye.